Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next poet is, responsible for putting up the sound system, for taping this whole thing for broadcast on MVTV, for playing the introductory flute songs, and setting the stage for this reading. And I'd like to introduce my friend, who is a great advocate of water, clean water for the planet, for which he's been, awarded many, many times. William Waterway Marks.
Thank you, Michael, for doing this tonight, and Louisa Gould. Thank you. Nice being surrounded by such beautiful art when listening to such beautiful poetry, yes?
And I just noticed the piece behind you is
Yes.
River Culture, and it's entitled Deep Sea.
Whoa. How apropos. And I love the wave, the water story that you told us earlier, Fan. We do these gatherings on occasion and we share water stories with people from around the planet. And everyone has a water story, whether it's from birth or... Everyone has a memory of something intimate with water. The theme of hard times. We are entering hard times. Humanity has faced hard times in the past. And so I sat down and I wrote this poem entitled Hard Times. And I'll just read the one poem because we have so many people who are going to read tonight, but maybe a little bit later we'll be going through a second round. Hard times. We are here tonight in answer to the call for bards to bring poetry set to the theme of hard times. Asking us to wax poetic in hard times is like asking us to rise above the pain, to leap to a higher plateau above the flood of despair below, to express anguish and sorrow through words. In a fashion, this is like performing cerebral masturbation, to get off as clever hands caress clever words into erect, ejaculative poetic gestures. Hard times. I ask you, how do we know when we are in hard times? Are times hard when your dead child is ripped from your womb and taken away without you even laying an eye on its form? Do hard times visit when your phone rings and your doctor says, you have terminal cancer? Or when someone informs that a loved one has died a tragic death? Or when some smooth-talking financier has stolen your life's savings? I am sure millions of Jews thought times were hard when they were stripped naked and forced into gas chambers. On similar note, Native Americans lived for 10,000 years in North America before hard times landed on their shores. Are times hard when a teenage boy stands still while being wrapped in a suicide corset of explosives? Certainly, times are hard when the Black Death killed over 100 million, damning the church while giving rise to Boccaccio's poetic tales and live for the moment philosophy. Yes, Boccaccio said, Let's embrace life. Party, laugh, make love as death stalks us. How sexy. Is it hard times when rent and mortgages can't be paid by our island neighbors? Do we cringe when we see their children's lack of clothing and food? Ah, yes, let's help them by dropping a token into the food pantry box, conveniently located in the vestibule of a nearby bank or food store. It is easy to write about hard times when sitting at your computer with showered skin and stuffed stomach. Try writing when captured by hard times. Try writing after not bathing for weeks, with no shelter, no food, no warm clothing, no pen, or even a pad on which to scratch a poem. How easy it is to write about something that is not your life. But perhaps the hardest of hard times awaits just over the horizon. We now number about 6.5 billion, far more than our Earth can ever sustain. Imagine a pandemic killing 2 billion of us. Such a hard time will vindicate Malthus, beckon the return of the brotherhood of flagellants, and as famed author Jared Diamond predicts, turn many of us into cannibals. Without any doubt, we will know hard times have arrived when we begin eyeing our neighbors with thick saliva surging across our tongues. Perish the thought, you say. Impossible. I would never do that. You dare to think in the comfort of this room. Just wait until hard times visit you. What will you think in real time during hard times? Perhaps like Boccaccio, these words surpass in verisimilitude those of others here tonight. But I say to you, you who are here in the cozy comfort of this gallery, surrounded by culture you cannot eat, many of you have never walked along the starving roads of our world. Many of you have never gone days without food. Most of you have never thirsted to the brink of delirious death. Most of you have never witnessed and smelled the stench of herds of rotting carcasses in drought-stricken lands. And certainly not one of you has ever crouched beneath a rock in fear of being found by a two-legged predator. Hard times, yes, hard times. You think these are hard times? Let me warn you, the best has yet to come. Thank you.